कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते व्यपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। In the first 6 sections of 8th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad, we saw Maya Sahita Ishvara's Upasana called Dahara Vidya, Dahara Upasana. We saw exhaustively that in the heart, meditate in the space, in the cavity of the heart. In that space, whole universe is existing. That is a meditation, powerful. So that we will attain Ishvaratva. It is Saguna Upasana, which is a necessary step before we leap ourselves into, with the help of His grace, before we are sucked into Nirguna Brahma. Now, in the 7th section onwards, from 12 sections up to 12 sections, next 6 sections, we shall study Nirguna Upasana, Nirguna Brahma Jnanam Upasana, Nirguna Brahma Jnanam, knowledge of Nirguna Brahma. This is a wonderful portion. So let us chant the first mantra first. We will see the meaning of the mantra, then we go into commentary. Ya Atma Apahata Papma Vijaro Vimrutyuho Vishoko Vijigatso Pipasaha सत्यकामः सत्यसङ्कल्पः सोऽन्वेष्टव्यः स विजिज्ञासितव्यः स सर्वांश्च लोकानाप्नोति सर्वांश्च कामान् यस्तम् आत्मानम् अनुविद्य. You can split if you want. Sarvanscha kaman yastam atmanam anuvidya vijanatiti ha prajapatiruvacha ya atma apahata papma विजरो विमृत्युः विशोको विजिगत्सो अपिपासः सत्यकामः सत्यसङ्कल्पः सोऽन्वेष्टव्यः स विजिज्ञासितव्यः स सर्वांश्च लोकानाप्नोति सर्वांश्च कामान् यस्तमात्मानमनुविद्य विजानीतीति प्रजापतिरुवाच इति प्रजापतिरुवाच. Vijanati, there we can put a comma. Iti prajapatiruvacha. That's how we can chant. So now, this part begins with a story. The story tells us, first of all, the story, what does it do? It brings a great teacher and a student together. First point. Student and teacher are brought together. Why student and teacher are brought together? To study Shastra. That means what? Shastra cannot be studied independently. That is the meaning. One should not study Shastra. Shastrajnah api Brahmavidyanveshanam swatantriyena na kuryat iti. Shankaracharya says, you may have studied Shastras, but independently one should not jump into the enquiry of Brahman. Shastrajnah api swatantriyena Brahmavidyanveshanam na kuryat iti. Some Upanishad Bhagavan stresses this point, that independently don't venture it. Like example, we saw those who have heard Mahabharatam. Independently study of Mahabharata leads you to so many confusions. Because everywhere there are questions asked. Is it right or not? Why this is done? Why this is done this way at that time? Why this is done in this way at this time? Why this law for that person? Why same law is not applied in this situation for this person? So many things. Therefore, if Puranas also we can't study independently because it's in the language of mysticism. In some places, Puranas are difficult to understand. Not like a story. A story doesn't make any sense. So behind the story, so many facts are there. And some stories are as it is mentioned, which we can't understand. Shall I tell one incident like that? A story which we read it, but we thought it is a story. But science has proved it is true. In Kartikeya Charitra, I am just deviating from here, to mention the importance of Teacher and student, that's it. The purpose should not be forgotten. Afterwards, I should not go and ask a question, why did I say this? The teacher and student important. That means why Shastra cannot be studied independently? Because there is a chance to misunderstand, or you cannot understand, or understand half. For example, in Mahabharatam, in the story of Kartikeya Charitra, there in the 5th day of Kartikeya's Janma, 5th day or 6th day, because in first day what he did, second day what he did, third day what he did, Shanmukha, the story mentions so beautifully. 7th day or 6th day, I don't know. Indra comes to him with a big problem in the cosmos. Because we are not aware how difficult it is to run the show. We thought Ishvara only is running, no? With all his devatas. So he comes to Kartikeya and says, Sir, a big nakshatra in the universe slipped from its orbit and fell down. And that has created some problem. Where the job which was supposed to be done by that nakshatra, star, because it fell down from its orbit, it is creating a tremendous imbalances and certain problems in me, in that area, in that location in the universe. I am unable to handle it. Please do something. Replace it, do something. What is to be done now? Who will take up the duty of that nakshatra which fell down? So Kartikeya says, okay, I am sending the 6 nakshatras, mothers, who gave me food, milk, Kritika nakshatras. So in that form, in the place of one nakshatra, he had instructed these devatas, Kritikas, to hold a physical body like a star, burning star. Like your body is different, my body is different. You hold that Sharira, all 6 of you go and work in that particular point as Vishwambha Indra. You go there and contribute to the existence or functioning of the particular balances between forces in the cosmos. That nakshatra was called Abhijit nakshatra. Abhijit nakshatra fell down. So about 150 years back, when Mahabharata speaks about astronomical facts, mystical facts, people get doubt. Because we have हम इतने गिर चुके हैं, we have fallen so low that anything is doubted, anything is suspected, and everything is looked into externalized philosophy. Such a tragedy actually. Or we have guts to go inside and look at for ourselves. दम भी नहीं है, शास्त्र बोलते हैं तो सुनते नहीं. So they used to मजाक उड़ाते थे. Some Westerners, some for Indians, Westerners mainly. But now after 150 years or so, about 70-60 years back, they found out that what was mentioned in Mahabharata was correct. Abhijit nakshatra did slip from its orbit some time back. And that part is being played by Kritika constellation in bringing that balance there. That means what? We understood a story. We did not understand, we thought it is a story. Unless a guru tells us, because I read all these the research papers I am talking. Therefore, many scientific phenomena, many things which are hidden in our Shastras and culture. Therefore, without a guru, we cannot understand Purana properly. Forget about Vedanta. Forget about Vedanta and Upanishads. Forget about it. So, you may be big, but the teacher is necessary. Therefore, the story, certain values also are taught in the story. So, how a student should be, what should be the behavior, what should be the attitude of the student is indicated. And what should be the teacher, how tactfully a teacher should teach is also indicated. Apart from the Brahma Vidya. Apart from Brahma Vidya. All this is said by Shankaracharya only in Bhashya. I am not adding any masala to it. So therefore, all these are all, some are directly, some are indirectly revealed in this story. Now who is the teacher here? Teacher is Prajapati. Prajapati is Brahmaji, Chaturmukha Brahma. So this is given by Prajapati, so it is called Prajapati Vidya. Prajapati Vidya. Who is going to students? Two students have gone there. One is King of Devatas, Indra. Other is King of Asuras, Virochana. These are the students. One is Lord of Gods, other is Lord of Asuras. Asuranam Devaha Raja Virochanaha, Devanam Rajaha Indra. These two have gone. Now, what happened? Story begins. Mantra will cheat later on again. In the long back and sometime, Prajapati Brahmaji said loud announcement he made that this Ishvara Jnanam, the knowledge of Ishvara, fulfills all desires, bestows all types of blessings. This Vidya is ultimate. He just announced everywhere. And his announcement, like a loudspeaker, is very powerful. All lokas have heard. Devatas also have heard this. Asuras also have heard this announcement. And parampara, person to person, this has been heard. Meaning, some time back he spoke, long time back. So, person to person, among the Devatas, this has become a talk. That once upon a time, Brahmaji declared that Ishvara Jnanam fulfills all desires and bestows all sorts of blessings. It attains, it is a it fulfills everybody, the one who attains it. Understood? That is said like this. Once it is said, paramparaya, person to person it has been coming. Among Rakshasas also, among Devatas also. So now what happened? So Prajapati, when they made a long description that which Ishvara, that Ishvara which was talked about Saguna Rupena in the previous section, same Ishvara is told as Nirguna Rupa, with Nirguna, not with attributes, without attributes. That Ishvara if you attain everything. That is the more important. Okay. So, what happened now? Just see the mantra. So, once upon a time, Vijanati itiha prajapati ruvacha. Ha means once upon a time, verily, indeed. Itiha prajapati ruvacha. What did he say? Once upon a time, Prajapati said, Sa Atma apahata papma. That Atma which has no sin, pure. Pure. Apahata papma vijaraha. Jara means old age, no? So it is never becomes old. Atma, which never becomes old. Vimrutyuhu, no death. Vishokaha, no sorrow. Vijigatsaha, no hunger. Apipasaha, no thirst. Satyakamaha, we saw this word, Satyakamaha and Satyasankalpa, Ishvara. Satyakamaha, Satyasankalpaha, Saha Anveshtavyaha. He announced, there is a Ishvara who is freed from all sins, no decrepitude, no old age. He is free from death, free from sorrow, free from hunger, free from thirst. Satyakamaha. What else we need? In fact, if you see that all our worries are removed there. What is our worry? Sin. Sin is what? Guilt. Sin precipitates means guilty, for which we have to भोगना पड़ता है, पाप कर्म. So what are we worried of today? Sins. What are we worried of today? Old age. Because identified with the body. These are the fears, no, which is holding on to us, Vijaraha. And Vimrutyuhu. What is our fear? Death. Old age, ill health, death. And what is our condition? Perpetual condition? Sorrow. Every time, 24 hours sorrow is on. Krishna Dukha Atma. You must read Kathopanishad, the Bhashya of Shankaracharya for Urdhva Avashaka mantra. Urdhva Avashaka. That mantra comes in Kathopanishad. Last May. I think so. So, there you read, the Shankar Bhashya you read. He says, every jiva, he says all the 7 lokas, 14 lokas in the samsara vriksha, all the 14 lokas are like 14 nests, Nests. Need माने पक्षी का जो घर, घोंसला. तो और एक बात है, तो उसमें सारे इस ब्रह्मांड में ऊपर 7 लोक, शंकराचार्य जी कहते हैं, नीचे 7 लोक है, घोंसला, पूरा 14 घोंसला. किसमें? In this samsara tree. Nests are there. And each nest is ruled by a bird, as a Raja. And many birds are living in each nest. So in Brahmaloka is a bird, Brahmaji is a bird, living in Brahmaloka, with all his population, which is more than earth. वहाँ का population is, how do you know? Have you seen Pramana Mahabharata? महाभारत में भीष्माचार्य जी कहते हैं यहाँ से भी अधिक संख्या में ब्रह्मलोक में बैठे हैं. Innumerable souls are there, innumerable souls. So there's need. Right from Brahma and the Pakshis there, birds living there, plus Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Satala, Mahatala, Patala, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satya. 7 upar, 7 niche. In all 7 above, 7 below lokas. All these are all birds, jivas, perched upon the samsara vriksha and constantly chirping. And what is the cry of every bird? Muncha muncha iti. Muncha muncha iti means free me, free me, free me, liberate me from the bondage. Everybody is suffering. Limitations, body limitations, pranic limitations, mental limitations, intellectual limitations. Avidya is conditioning us. So, the inner cry of everybody, whether it is a terrorist, whether he is a gunda, whether he is a nice person, what is the internal cry of every soul? Internal cry of every soul is free me. Whatever I understand as freedom, I am searching for it. But I want to free me. Meaning, no one is happy with the present condition. Once in a question answer session with Master J.K. Vidya Krishnamurti, so he was asking change. So somebody, old man, asked, why should I change? He very coolly answered, J.K., are you satisfied, contented in the present moment? He said, no. Then change, he said. He said, no, I am not contented. Right in the moment. Are you full? Are you rich with experience? Are you rich with knowledge, understanding? Are you at this present moment, are you quite contented, full? He said, no. When J.K. said, if it is not, then change. If you see, understand why the Brahmaji announced every loka, general announcement, Bhaiya pakado Ishwar ko, निर्गुण ज्ञानम प्राप्त कर लो, तभी आपको सुख पाओगे. मैं भी रो रहा हूँ इधर बैठ के, बनाते बनाते लोगों को. विमृत्यु, विशोकः. शोक means sorrow with respect to past. देखिए, only based on past experience alone, you wanted to correct it for future, that is called shoka. Why you are sorrowful? मुझे रसगुल्ला नहीं मिली. I am sorrow now. And maybe मिलेगा नहीं फिर भविष्य में another sorrow. So, sorrow is based on past. Your future desires का base क्या है? Fear. But past experience. Otherwise, how do you desire a future? Tell me. You understood? Based on your past only, you are desiring your future. Therefore, Brahmaji announcing in the Sabha, Vishokaha, Vijigatsaha. And what is the problem? Suffered by hunger. Pipasaha, thirst. And ultimately, Satyakamaha. You become Satyakama. Whatever you desire, it fulfill. Satya Sankalpa, whatever your wishes are, they will be fulfilled. When? Sa anveshtavyaha. He says, that has to be known. Vishadhatu mane to pravesha. To enter. To enter here means to know. Anveshtavyaha. Sa vijignyasitavyaha. That jignyasa, that inquiry has to be cultivated in knowledge of the realization. Then what happened? Saha sarvansa lokan apnoti. He attains all lokas. A great master used to be there. He gave a definition of yoga. You know what is a definition of yoga? From yoga language. Simultaneous existence of yourself in all lokas. Because all lokas are strung in my consciousness. Sutre Manigana Iva. That sutra is me alone. If I am me, all the lokas are strung in me, but I am not present aware of everything in totality, the cosmic awareness. Our consciousness is limited and conditioned by only this world. That even this room, this hall, this body. What is the experience of Mahatma? He experiences everybody as his own upadhi. Means awareness increased. But what is highest awareness? Highest awareness is nothing escapes your awareness. A great yogi says, 150 years old back, in one of his books, I read while I was studying from Sandipani, he says that an exalted yogi feels the distant stars like tip of his fingers. Some tickling sensation, meaning my awareness is expanded and embraced the whole creation. Not only sthula, both subtle and gross, upar and niche. Great master is there. Simultaneous existence in all planes is yoga. Meaning what? How much you are deconditioned. And once you attain that, Satchaka Sarvan Lokan Apnoti. And we studied Jaigi Shavyamuni story also in Mahabharata. This person goes and stays with Jaigi Shavyamuni ashram. Morning, this person, other person, I forgot the name. He said, Muni, I will go to Sagar Tir for Sandhya Vandan. Muni says, okay, go and come. But by the time he goes to Sagar Tir, he found Muni already there completing Sandhya Vandan and returning. Jaigi Shavya Muni. Vyasi recorded this. Jaigi Shavya Muni. He was surprised. वही तो आश्रम में थे, यहाँ कैसे आ गए? And then he found him in all lokas. He was chasing him, this man also. Then ultimately this man tells, I forgot the person, who is that, I have to study, remember now. He says, narrating his story, Maya, I have gone to some lokas, up to this loka he could go, because wherever I go I found him, and beyond that also he went away, disappeared, and my capacity is not there to cross that loka, therefore I returned, and about Jaigi Shavya Muni he mentioned. Sarvan Lokan Apnoti means not a joke. It is not that you die and go movement. There is no movement. In the consciousness, when I recognize that I am all pervading, everything is strong in me, that awareness you will get in Nirguna Ishvara Jnanam. ये not तमाशा नहीं है ये सब. Sarvansya Kaman. And there, what is that? He said, first of all, you are full. Even you desire for the Lokodharana, for Lokahitam, or to bless anybody, or to do some good, you desired something. Gurudev says, Mahatma Sankalpa is enough. Gurudev name also Satya Sankalpaya Namaha. So even such desires are there for the welfare of the world, Jagat Hitaya. That slogan of Ramakrishna Mission, no? Atma Hitaya, Atmodharaya, Jagat Hitaya cha. For your own self-upliftment and welfare of the world. There is a goal. Therefore, Kaman, Sarvan Kaman, Yahatam Atmanam Anuvidya Vijanati. Ihu Tam Atmanam, Tam Ihu Yaha, Ihu, Tam Atmanam, after knowing that self, Anuvidya, realizes it, Vijanati, realizes it. So Brahmaji announced. This is a general announcement made for everybody. It is meant for you and me also. Yes. Brahma Vidapnoti Param Tadesha Bhukta Anantam Brahma. Ultimately, this is a wonderful, and I must focus and focus and focus only on self. That self I am, that pure awareness. In this life, before leaving the body, I must have a strong desire to recognize that I am not this body. That is the goal, not intellectual knowledge. Not intellectual knowledge means knowledge is always intellectual only. Not only information gathering. Live it. Living is required. For which we must try. We must get rid of these identifications. So, when this is uttered, after the announcement, everybody heard. Devatas also heard. Asuras also it is there. So, at one time, they had put an emergency meeting. They held a meeting. What is that? You please understand. So, Brahmaji made an announcement. Indra also heard. Virochana also heard. So, they had a meeting and they discussed what is to be done. Because the whole Brahmaloka Indraloka cannot go and vacate that for Brahma Vidya to go to Prajapati. All Asuras cannot go. So their representation was sent. So they chose Indra and Virochana. What is that now? Second mantra. Taddho bhaye devasuraha Anububudire te hochuho hanta tamatmanam anvechamo yamatmanam anvishya sarvamscha lokanapnoti sarvanscha kamaniti Indro haiva devanam avipravavraja Indro havai devanam abhipravavraja Virochano asuranam Tauha asamvidana eva Samitpani Prajapati Sakasham Ajagmatuhu. I split it and chanted. Taddho bhaye devasara anububedire te hochuhu hantatamatmanamanvechamo yamatmanamanvishya sarvanscha lokanapnoti sarvanscha kamaniti Indro haiva devanam abhipravavraja Virochano asuranam Tauha asamvidana veva Samitpani Prajapati sakasham ajagmaduhu. Now, both devatas and Asuras heard this. Anububudire. Anububudire, they heard. They heard what? Announcement. What is announcement? There is something Nirguna Ishvara Jnanam. If you attain this, you become freed from Vishoko, Vimrutyuho, Vijigatso, Apipasaha, Ityade. You be freed from all this. He announced. Therefore, they all decided to get this knowledge. So, because all devatas cannot learn, right? So, what is to be done now? Some representation has to be sent. All asuras cannot go, all devas cannot go. Some representation has to be sent. So they decided the representatives. One is Indra among devatas and asuras mein Virochana. Both went to Prajapati. Now you see, Abhipravavraja is the word used in the mantra, you know. Actually, Pravavraja means taking sannyas. Pravavraja means actually renunciation. Both Abhipravavraja, both renounced. Renounced what? They did not become sannyasi. Shankaracharya says in his Bhashya, both of them, they were rajas. One is Asurakya Raja, and other is in Devatas Raja. And whatever they wanted, they are having all types of enjoyments or comforts at their disposal. Best clothes, best objects of enjoyment. Everything best is available for them. Now, such a comforts. So therefore, they both have decided to walk the path of sannyasa for some time. At least during the study, we must be a sannyasi. Very good point now for us. So don't enter into the halls of Vedanta as a grihastha. Think. As long as I am listening to Upanishad, I am a sannyasi. Full stop. Means what? Drop all the comforts. Though AC is provided here, you are comfortable only. But thought of I am a grihastha, drop it. You can entertain I am a jiva. I am a jiva wanting to experience, to know that I am Brahman. Because whether you are a man or woman, rich or poor, married or unmarried, having children or no children, having own house or no house, all this is our bondages of this particular incarnation. Carnation. Carnal. Carnal means physical. Incarnation means coming down into a physical body. So they both had to renounce. They renounced. Shankaracharya very clearly says all the luxuries, all their kiritams, all their jewelry, everything they dropped. They did not go as Indra Mukuta, Virochana Mukuta. Mukuta means crown. They did not. They have become sannyasis temporarily. All the riches they have physically renounced, mentally also renounced. Mentally renounced means what? They don't remember the past. That हाय राम घर पे होता तो एसी रूम कमरा मिलता था, यहाँ पे कमरा नहीं है. घर पे होता तो आराम से खाना आ जाता था, यहाँ पे डाइनिंग हॉल में चल के जाना पड़ता है. घर में होता तो this kind of a thoughts, are to be renounced. Think. Therefore, they have taken up this sannyasa. That means what? I told in the beginning, no? Indirectly, many things are indicated. In the story, What are the other things? Before we start into Vidya, we will explain, no, what is Brahma Vidya, he will take one by one, one by one. But before that, we have to know important thing, with what attitude they went. And this indicates humility also. Very humility. If you are not simple, knowledge won't enter. हम कुछ भी नहीं है पापा. Because what is the role of your wealth in gaining knowledge, tell me? Except that you can purchase a bound book, but knowledge will not enter. Think. Therefore, here he says, Shankaracharya says, Parichadam sarvam saitva. Parichadam means all paraphernalia. If they renounce all their paraphernalia. Parichadam sarvam hitva. Both of them went there. How did they go? Here, asamvidanau eva. Who are they actually, tell me? Dead enemies. And asamvidanau eva means without the knowledge of the other, they reached Prajapati. Not together, hand in hand, stopping en route for a tea. No. They don't know each other, that the other man is going. They don't know, they know each other. They didn't know that other man also is going. They, without knowing each other, suddenly they met each other in Prajapati's chamber. तो गुस्सा आया होगा एक दूसरे को देख के. तू भी आ गया, तू भी आ गया. I tell you, in some play, in some time, पति पत्नी में भी होता है और भाई भाई में होता है. If other is gaining knowledge, other feels jealous. At one point it comes, sometime. Like, ये भी आ गया, why he is also learning everything? What all I know, he is also learning. She is also learning. This thought comes. मैं ये नहीं पूछूंगा आपको आया क्या करके, but आता है. This has to be crossed. Sometimes I feel not I. Example I am giving you. I should not tell the truth. I should not convey this knowledge. I must somehow discover my superiority and joy in some area of my knowledge which is not known to the people around. I bask in that thought that I know something which others do not know. इसमें फंसेंगे ना, गोविंदा गोविंदा. तो आंध्र में बोलते हैं ना, साउथ इंडिया में गोविंदा गोविंदा मैंने गोविंद हो गया, मैंने चला गया पूर्ण सत्यानाश. Therefore, this thought. So, I must, like Ramanujacharya, what did he do? He said, Om Namah Shivaya, Panchakshari Mantra, Ashtakshari Mantra, Om Namo Narayanaya. Guru gave Upadesha to him, Ramanujacharya. He stood on the temple terrace, on the Gopuram, and he started shouting there that this is what my mantra given by my Guru, take it everybody. No more secret, he said. I cannot keep this a secret. It is meant for all. Let all go to Swarga, I will go to Naraka. Guru said, if you tell this mantra to everybody, you will go to Naraka. I said, let me go to Naraka, but let everybody go to Swarga. So in the person, in the country, in somewhere in there also. And moreover, this thought should be dropped. So they were not happy at first. In first instance, they must not have felt happy looking at each other. Shankaracharya says in the second Bhashya, next slok, their enmity also they forgot to gain this knowledge. And friends, I am telling, anything you hold on to, even knowledge in the form of information you are holding on to. So let your wife also learn. Problem, what is the problem? Let your husband also learn. Like Yajnavalkya, when he wanted to go, Maitreya asked. He said, no, you deserve knowledge. Why not? I can tell, I will share, I will make you wise, I will make you established in your own self, Atma Jnana. Don't worry. So this also, asamvidano eva means without knowing each other, without knowing the other person is going. See? Those two surlo, verily, without each other's knowledge, Prajapati Sakasham, in the presence of Prajapati, Ajagmatuhu, they came. How did they came? Without knowing that other person also is coming. And there they have to forget the enmity. And they forgot. So after reaching their Guru, they became friends. Before reaching their Guru, they were enemies, no? Opposite camps. हमेशा लड़ते रहते देव दानव लोग. पढ़ने के लिए एक ही गुरु के पास गए, प्रजापति ब्रह्म के पास. That means what? In the class, you should shed all jealousies, comparison, hatred, complexes, enmity between the students and just surrender to the teacher if you want to have this knowledge. Forget about the differences. That's the meaning. Shankaracharya says, that is the glory of Brahma Vidya. What is the glory of Brahma Vidya? If you are interested to gain this knowledge, the dedication to this knowledge makes you forget all enmity. Shankaracharya says, glory of Guru, this is the glory of the ashrama. Ashrama Vatavarana, ashrama mein Guru, if you go, they will influence you to make you forget your enmity also. This is the glory of Brahma Vidya. Meaning what? Rivals live in peace. Where? In the ashram, in front of Guru. The glory of Brahma Vidya. Shankaracharya says here. That is the glory of Brahma Vidya. Okay? So they both became friends. And second, they forgot all dvesha also. The next subsequent next mantra ke bhashma kehte hain Shankaracharya ji, they became friends. They forgot all their enmity. They became friends and studying. With what? By becoming a sannyasi, temporary sannyas. Forgetting all their luxurious life in the past. And now when they went, and they stayed there. Brahmaji must have seen them. Very good, welcome. There is your rooms. Please occupy your room. We have to stay somewhere, no, in that loka also. Occupy your rooms, simple rooms, kutiyas. That's it. And once in olden days, once you go to a Guru ashrama, it is Guru's duty to tell you, Shishya need not remind Guru, I came for this purpose, hope you remember. They never used to do that. फिर क्या? जाने के बाद बैठ जाना है गुरु के पास. आश्रम में आश्रम का काम में लगे रहो. और गुरु कब पढ़ाएगा? जब पढ़ाएगा तब पढ़ाएगा बस. You cannot say, don't waste my time. I am busy. You know, not only you are busy, I am also busy. It is not a contract. You know, they started staying there. For how many years? 32 years, first lot. Brahmaji did not speak anything. 32 years. This we will see tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.